In this video I'm going to show you how to set up bank feeds. If we go to the bank module on the left hand side, rather than importing transactions manually, we now have the option to link our software to our online bank, so we can import straight from our bank within the software. If your bank account's been set up, you'll see that the button will change to import, so you can import your transactions. But to set up and link the software to your online banking, all you need to do is come to the bank screen and click the activate button. So if we click activate on here, it brings through a list of bank accounts that you can integrate with. If your bank account or credit card is not listed in here, please just use the search functionality up here and search the relevant bank that you want to link to. Once you've chosen your bank, if this was Lloyds, we would come down to Lloyds UK and just click the select button, and then we need to put in our user ID, our password, our memorable word, and then that will link our software with our online banking. So once we've made that connection and linked it through, as mentioned, the button will then change to import. So once that's linked, just click the import button on here, and what that will do, that will take you through to the import screen. So once you've linked it to your bank account, you'll be able to see your bank balance as of yesterday, and you'll be able to see the last 4 digits on the card. At no point does the software actually keep the record of your login credentials stored within the system, so no one else will be able to see that information. The only options is to update the login if you ever change your online credentials, or you can disconnect the account, which will obviously terminate that integration. So to import your transactions, all you need to do is key in a start date and an end date. So what I'll do for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to go back to April last year until the end of April last year and load transactions. That's now going across to my bank, and it's going to pull those transactions through. So on the left hand side here, we can now see that is my bank statement for the period we selected. So as you can already see, this is a lot quicker than having to import transactions manually, and also this is correct and accurate because it's matching what's in your bank account. Now there's a few things that are happening here. We can see at the top that we have money coming in for 2050, and we can see it's actually assigned it and picked up the invoice we created, and it's paying that off basically. So it will pick that up in the system, and it will also do the same for any purchase invoices. So it has an auto-assign rule to pick up payments on account. It's doing another rule here, so we can see that it's picked up that my rent has gone out, and it's posted that directly against our rent transaction because we put that in the system. And we've also got interest in here, so it's picked up interest coming in and post that to interest received. And how it does that, it just uses the functionality at the top of the page. Next to where it says bank feeds, we have the option to set up matching rules. So to set up a matching rule, I just click into here, and we can see that we have our auto assign rule turned on, and we've also got our one for rent and one for interest. So if we click into our rent rule, we will see that every time it says on my bank statement the word rent and it's going out, it's going to create a bank transaction and post it to rent, and then we just call it a name. So it's really easy just to go through your bank statement and to add in all the repeat transactions that you can see within your bank statement and add them into here, so it does a lot of the posting automatically, which saves you a huge amount of time when you actually go to do your bookkeeping. So we can add in a new rule just by clicking the create button in the top right hand side of the screen. So if I click create in here, I think I've got some things in here. So if I say money going out, and you see the word PayPal, I want you to create a bank transaction, and I want you to post that to PayPal purchases, and my VAT for that is 20%, and then I can put a rule in there for PayPal. So once I click save in there, we've now added that new rule in, so that's how quick and easy it is to add them in. And then if we go back into our date range as per earlier, so just go into April 2014, load those transactions through again, we'll be able to see that it's picked up money going out, it says PayPal in the description, and it's posted that against PayPal purchases. So it's really, really easy to do that. If you have any transactions in here where the system doesn't pick it up, I've got a couple of cash withdrawals in here. We can then go and match them and allocate them where we need them to go within the software. So if I just click on the match option in here, now I've got a purchase invoice sitting in the system, so it's suggesting that is it for that. Alternatively, I could go and create a purchase invoice. So we could choose our supplier, put in a reference code and what I bought from them and the VAT, and then create a new one. So I can just put in Staples in here, and we can say that was another stationery order, and then I can just put the VAT and create, and we can see that that transaction there is now creating a purchase invoice and it's posting it to that place as paid. Alternatively, if we didn't know where we needed to post it to, I could just click on the match button, go to create, go to bank transaction, and I could just post that to other, click create, and that's where that's going to post it to. So it's just a case of making sure the bank statement on the left hand side is posted to the correct place on the right hand side. So this is something on the credit card, so I'm just going to go create a new transaction for materials purchased. Create. So once you're happy that everything on the left hand side matches everything on the right hand side, we can now just click the import option at the top of the screen, and that's going to import those transactions into the software. So now once I go into my bank account and just click go, we will be able to see all of those transactions listed. So rather than having me to come in and manual type those into the software, I've just quickly allocated those directly from the bank statement, and it means it's going to be accurate and correct. We can see in here which code they've been sent to, but we can also make amendments. So as you can see, I didn't know what that was at the time, so I can actually drill into that, and then I've got the option just to go reassign that to materials purchased if I need to, and update, and that's going to change where that's getting posted to. And once we're happy that everything has been imported correctly, we can now reconcile our bank. So all we do to reconcile is we just click reconcile statement at the top of the screen, and then we just need to put our statement end balance in here, click start, and there we go. Now we can see that everything's been ticked automatically because these little cogs here show me that they've been matched from my bank feed. So because I'm telling it that my statement end balance is 25905 and I've effectively pulled all of these transactions in from my bank statement, it needs to be correct. And we can see that the left to clear amount is 0, so I can just go ahead, proceed and save and reconcile, and that will reconcile my bank. And then now when we go to the dashboard, we'll be able to see again all our bank balance is listed, and we can see here our business account 25905 is now in there, and from this lock we can see that that's been reconciled and our available money in the business has changed. And that's how easy it is to link the software to your online bank and import transactions.